Hello, in this video, we will introduce numeric data types and operators. Python has two numeric types, integers and real numbers, for working with operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and integer division, exponent, and remainder. The information stored in a computer is generally referred to as data. There are two types of numeric data, integers and real numbers. Integer type are for representing whole numbers. Real types are for representing numbers with fractional part. Inside the computer, these two types of data are stored differently. Real numbers are represented as floating point numbers. So that's why we have this function float. How do you tell Python whether a number is an integer or float? Number has a decimal point is a float, even if its fractional part is 0. For example, 1.0 is a float, but 1 is an integer. Python interpreter automatically figured out what is the type for the variable when you assign a value into it. If you assign 1 into a variable x, x is integer. If you assign 1.0 to integer x, x is a float. A literal is a constant value that appears directly in a program. So like you assign 1 to x, so this is 1 is a literal value. Now you can also use integers in different base. So here, binary, 0b, so this represents here is you're gonna have a binary. So you're gonna print actually 15. This is binary. 4 ones, that's 15. So this is O0O. It means octal number based on the radix is 8. So 0x, that is for the hex numbers. Now, if you're not familiar with the number systems, hexadecimal numbers, binary numbers, and octal numbers, please see the appendix C. So this is appendix C, number systems. Now these are the operators we have in Python. It's the addition, subtraction, multiplication. It's this 1 slash is the float division. Double slash is integer division. Now see the difference here. Float division 1.2. The result is 0.5. The integer division, 1.1 divided by 2, is 0. So it's the fractional part is truncated. Exponent. This is 4.5. It's like 4 square root. This is 2. So the exponent part. Remainder is this 2 numbers 20 divided by 3, the remainder. So that's 2. That is remainder. The addition, subtraction, multiplication, these are straightforward. So, but also please note that these are the binary operators. You have 2 operands. But also you actually can use plus and negative operators for unary operator. So like a -5, so this is a unary operator. You can also have +5, that's same as 5, but +5, that's a unary operator. Let's look at the operators. Float division, integer division, and exponent. So let's look at one more here. I'm going to go back to the Python, and you can write this code here. Say, look, I'm going to write this is 4 divided by 2. So you're going to see it's 2.0, but you have 4 divided by 2. You're going to get 2. So that's integer division. So let's do this. 1 divided by 2, you get 0.5. And 1 is integer division // and you get 0. All right, so now let's look at the exponent here. So we have this 2's, look, 2's 3, but this is not going to work. Okay, this is not the operator. This is not a correct operator. This is not for the exponent operator. You have to use 2's, this 2 asterisks together, 3, and you get 8. So now 2.0 asterisk asterisk 3, so you get 8.0. So if one of these numbers is a float number, the result is a float. If both are integer, the result is integer here. Now let's look at the remainder operator. So remember, if you have this 2 integers and performing the division, and the result of the remainder is the result for this remainder. So here, look at this 2 remainder 3. So sorry, this is 7 remainder. This is here is 7 remainder 3. 7 remainder 3. It's 7 divided by 3, and the result here, the remainder is 1. And this is 20 remainder 13. So this is 20 divided by 13, and there's the remainder is 7. So here's 20 is the dividend, and 13 is the divisor, and this is 1 is the quotient right here. So let's write this program here, display time. So we're going to prompt the user for the input is the an integer for seconds. So let's get this seconds here. And now we're going to display how many minutes in the seconds. So if this is 500 seconds, this is 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. So how do you do this? So you're going to enter the input. So input is integer now. So using this int. Now, if you use a float, you get a floating point number. If you use int, so now you get an integer. So now, using this integer division, so you get this minutes. The seconds integer division of 60, so that is the minutes. And now, what are the seconds left? So here's seconds, remainder 60. So that's what it seconds left. You can also represent the floating point numbers and using the scientific notation. So this is this scientific notation here in this form, a times 10b. So for example here, 123.456 is 1.23456. Now here's 10's 2. See, look, this point floats to the left 2 positions. So now this is what you have here. Now look at this one here. I have this point now going to float to the right. So this is right here and is becoming 1.23456, and here is -2. So now you see why we call this is a floating point number. It is because it can float to left and right internally, and that's how it is represented for floating point number. There's 2 parts, and one is this number here, and the second part is the exponent part. So this is a floating point number. So please note that when the result of an expression is too large to be stored in memory, if that's the case, it can cause overflow. So for example, this is going to be really, really large, too big than we can store in Python when you run the program. So this will result in result too large, it's overflow. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.